everyone. I'm Marie McNeal. Welcome to Good Global Vibes. So, we are back this week with an inquiry about marriage. And there are some juicy questions we're asking. And these awesome couples, so all of these people you're going to see next are all married. And, stay tuned for the secret sauce. I'm going to ask them such great stuff, including what's the secret sauce of their marriage, right? So stay tuned. Please subscribe. Please hit the red button. Please share with your friends. And thank you for continuing to watch us. Okay, let's do it. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Good Global Vibes. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so honored that you are all here. So I already did an intro and told everyone that everyone who's present are all married couples. And we're having an inquiry about marriage today. And in the inquiry, as the viewers know from past inquiries I've done, there are no right or wrong answers in an inquiry. So we're going to jump right in. So the first question is, what do you love about being married? What do you love about being married? Monique, and then Joe, we'll go to you.
I love that I have a built-in best friend, playmate, comrades, sounding boards. It's just, I have a partner in life.
What I love about being married is I love the dance of it all. I love the fact that we're totally different. I love that each one of us brings something powerful to the table. I love that we can flip on a dime like we're doing right now. I love that partnership and two people can flow in inside of each other's worlds and learn to navigate life together. I love that we're always in the inquiry of what the other person is up to, and I love that we are different, totally different, because it would be boring if we were the same.
Mark? And then Maria.
Yeah, I think I'd say something similar, that I love the partnership. I love it. It makes it kind of like family, where you can argue and you're still family. You have a commitment that goes beyond just, who you're being in the moment, whether it's having a hissy fit or whatever. You know that you're still partners despite that, and in the good times and in the bad. And there's that ongoing relationship that can continue to grow and develop.
About marriage is I love my daughters, my grandkids. I love my husband. He's been my friend for 49 years. We just celebrated our 40th wedding anniversary Wednesday. I love that he always open to my contribution. We were kids when we got married, and we grew up together, and he's open to my contribution, and I'm open to his. It's a dance that we do, an emotional, physical dance that empower us. And I get that the biggest contribution that we can give to the world is a relationship between him and I. And then it spills over into our kids, and it spills in our kids into society, in the workability of it, the spiritual connection, the issues that we had, how we were able to manage it, and how him and I have a lot of, we compare each other politically, physically, spiritually, and it's just, a beautiful experience. And now that we're empty nesters, retired, we really here harvesting all the emotional effort that we put. So with the last 2 miles of our life, we can be together, one for the other, and how much we come from two college kids, 21 and 22, to now to our age. What a beautiful experience it's been. And all the people that had contributed to us. What an amazing kid.
Steve?
Yeah, I was thinking about this as I was listening to the other people, thinking about the question. And the unexpected part about this for me has been that as we progress through our marriage, because we've worked on our marriage, it just keeps getting better and better and better. It's better than it's ever been after 30 years. And the thing that I love about it is it's almost as though it's not a 1+1, it's like a one plus times five. When you combine the energy and the skill sets and the passions and all of the different things of each person, and the two of us are very different, and you combine them, they amplify. If you're in synchronicity, they amplify each other. So the effect of what we can accomplish in the world and how many people we can impact and that kind, all of those things just gets amplified. It's interesting how it's not just 1+1, it's more like 1 times 5 or 10. It's amazing.
Brooke?
I think for me, 7 years in, what I love about marriage is the safety. Having this container where we both can evolve has been incredibly life-changing. The other, I'd say, most surprising part of marriage is the unconditional nature of it all. So I know, we're in unprecedented times, and a lot of people are talking about 5D and higher consciousness. And really, the breeding ground for all of that is in our relationships. And specifically for us, it's in our marriage. And so we don't really believe in like positive vibes only. It's all of us, all the vibes, the light and the dark, and having this sacred container where I am held when I'm falling apart. I'm held when I'm at the top of the mountain. So this unconditional holding for my husband and having this container of safety this past 7 years for myself and my children has been the biggest blessing of my entire life.
Thank you. Thank you, Brooke. Thank you for incorporating all that. That was beautiful. Okay, we're going to move on to the next question. So the next question is, what had you decide to get married? What had you choose to get married? That's probably a better question. How did that happen for you? Dan?
As Maria mentioned, we've been married for 48 years, and it's been a journey. First of all, love about marriage is it's a privilege. Going back to your question, why did I get? I was a Vietnam veteran. I had just gotten out of the service. I came back. I saw a lot of my friends getting married. There was a lot of peer pressure. Kind of like the family. You grew up as your network of your conversations that you had as growing up as a family. That was the thing you had to do. The big standard and ideal to go out and get married. And then attraction. Maria attracted me, and sometimes not only the attraction but the hormones for being attracted to somebody gets you all riled up. But speaking from my heart, that's kind of like the main reasons I got married.
Okay, Susan.
Well, I never wanted to get married ever. Steve and I met in our 30s, and my stance was, nope, not getting married. I had watched too many not great marriages, and I didn't want it. And then I met Steve, and we fell in love very quickly. Probably about 9 months after we met, he proposed, and I said yes. It was just there. It wasn't even should I, could I, would I. It was just he was the one. It was the right place, the right person, the right everything. And we were madly in love. So we were married 3 or 4 months after you proposed. So it was very quick. And that was 30 years ago. And best decision ever.
Damien.
Why did I want to get married? I think for a long time, I had avoided marriage because I too had watched so many unsuccessful ones, both inside my own family and with my friends. But also innately, I wanted very much to have a life partner. someone to, as everyone else has so eloquently spoken, not only share my life with, but grow with spiritually, build. I wanted children. I wanted to be challenged in who I was as a man. If I was going to raise myself up as a king, then I needed to find a match or even higher than me, right? There is a conversation called marry up. So when Brooke showed up in my life, what was so uniquely powerful and different about Brooke is not only was she deeply committed to marriage and a relationship, and she was vocal about that, i.e., don't waste my time unless that's, on the table. But separate from that, when I looked at my life and all the relationships that I'd had and the failed almost maybe could have been, I realized that there was a really distinct difference, specifically with Brooke, which is that for the first time, not only had I met someone who I felt was levels up above me spiritually, and I was very challenged, but also truly loved me for who I was, not for what I could provide or do for them. And a desire to be in relationship with me. And, and she chose that at a time when, especially the men we know in our business lives, we have real high peaks and we have valleys and lows. And I was definitely down in a deep valley for myself in my own life and business, and committed to and struggling to climb back up. And that she also chose me during this time was unique for me because it showed me that deeply that it was this man that she loved and cared about, not the previous trappings I may have had. And it also let me see that this was a woman that I could really build and create a life and a family with. And she was also very committed to having children, which was something I wanted in our life. And so, without question, the single greatest gifts the universe have ever provided to me, I already have, which is Brooke and our children. I don't know that I can ever receive a greater gift than that. So I received that which I most wanted in my own life for myself through my own commitment to sacred union with another human being. And as I think Dan, you're pointing out, and others, that I've never been more challenged to rise up as a man than I have inside how Brooke sees me. Because her, listening or the way in which she looks at me and sees me is always greater than the self-reflection I have on myself. And so I'm called to live into that space rather than the one by default I may drop into on my own.
Oh my gosh, that was so great. What a contribution each one of these married couples made. I mean, if you're someone who's, thinking about getting married, who's never been married, who's having issues in your marriage, or if you're someone who's been married for 30, 40, 50 years or 20 years or 5 years, this is just such a contribution. They shared wisdom in all different aspects, and I'm so grateful that they were so open about sharing everything. It really makes a difference to the people watching, and I hope you'll love it. I hope you'll share it with your friends and like us and subscribe to our channel, and more to come. Thank you so much for watching.